Hello, welcome back to the Scarborough and Gambler preview show. My name is Kieran Moss, and today I'm joined by UFC Welterweight Jason. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Not too bad. We're about 3-4 weeks now from the fight. How's training going? Weight coming down? How are you looking?
Yeah, training's going really well. It's been a hard camp. I've been really pushing, training with a lot of hard people. Had some tough rounds with Grant Dawson today, UFC lightweight. He's a really good grappler, really good fighter.
Yeah.
So I've been putting a lot of work with him and Julian Marquez, and it's been a rough camp. But I've definitely made some leaps and bounds in what I want to do. So
You have some excellent training partners down there. I mean, talking about Grant Dawson, he's on a 4-fight winning streak, and we saw Marquez there come out with a pretty emphatic victory last week. Having
yeah,
people like that in the room with you, pushing you every day, surely that's got to improve. How long have you been at Glory now?
I think I've been at Glory for about 6, 7 years now. So it's been a while. I've been a part of the team for quite a bit of time under James Krause, and I've seen kind of the transformation of where the gym was into where it is now. It's pretty cool to be a part of.
Yeah, there's been a resurgence lately. I mean, you big win, a triangle choke against Cole Williams, as said Marquez, and then the other week Dark Miller, he came off a
Yeah,
pretty big victory, and now we have Kevin Croom fighting this weekend as well. I mean, I don't know what's happening down there in Kansas, but there seems to be it's W after W down there.
I don't know what they're putting in the water. No, man, it's just a testament to kind of the leadership that we have under James Krause, and the testament to the work we're putting in. The room's a different room than most gyms. You have a lot of big gyms. They don't have the same camaraderie that we do. We all look for out the English. We all look out for each other. We all try to make each other better to improve each other in day in and day out. And it's a lot different than a lot of their gyms, and that's something different that we're going.
Yeah, it's nearly like a family feel to it. Nearly, I see like I follow a few on Instagram, and everyone's always sharing. Even after training, a lot of them are hanging out together. It's nearly like the AT&T, the AKA, they're like corporations nearly compared to Glory.
Right. Yeah, 100% true.
When you're talking there about having James Krause in your last fight against Cole Williams, having him in the corner there where he's able to give you sound advice, what's it like having someone like him with you? He's a mastermind of the game.
Man, he really is the mastermind of the game. He's definitely a student of the sport, and he's always learning. He's always evolving. He's always, he loves the sport, and he's one of those guys that he leads by example. He's definitely a leader. You know what? He's always when COVID hit, he's like, "Hey, everybody stay ready," and I obviously stayed ready, like a lot of the fighters did. But you don't have a lot of coaches that are like that, to where he'll take a short notice fight. He'll take a fight on 24 hours notice. He'll fight anybody. He's the type of person that leads by example and kind of helps you out with not just fighting, but like life stuff too. He'll kind of answer questions for you and just help you out a little bit. So it's really a huge advantage to have that, especially in the arena with no fans, having him 2 feet away. I remember in the Cole Williams fight, when I busted him up, I gave him that nice elbow that cut his eye open or cut his forehead open. Crowd's like, "Hey man, you got a nice cut going." I'm like, "Yep, I can see that." And like we just had like a little conversation, like 2 feet away from each other. So it was pretty interesting. It's pretty advantageous to have him in my corner.
Yeah, you could hear him nearly talking to you, telling you not to pass guard.
Yeah.
Do you rather fighting with fans or without fans? I mean, having the corner advice there, or do you rather the energy of the crowd?
I've only fought with no fans, so I really can't give you like
outside of the UFC.
I like the no fans. I don't really believe like that's a lot of pressure, but I like the fact that, I mean, it's kind of like we're in the same room as like our training room. There's not a lot of people. There's not a lot of yelling at you. You can hear your corner say what you need to do. So I kind of like the no fans, because I'm in there for business. I'm not in there. I am in there to entertain the fans, but you can see that on TV too. But I'm in there to fight and win, and having the coaches right there kind of helps you out a lot more.
How did it feel to get your first win in the UFC? Because on your debut, came up short, but to get that win against Cole Williams, to get your hand raised, how did that feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those kind of like the undescribable feelings that, like, I remember like after I feeling him tap, like I remember hearing Krause and Trey in the corner being like, "Hey, he's about to tap. He's going to tap. Just keep holding." And I felt that, and I felt him tap, and the emotion just rolled over me. Like I just stood up and like just screamed. Like I have the pictures of it. It's pretty cool to see the pictures and the emotion like displayed across my face.
Yeah, no, from talking to the likes of Minnow, they say it's just a crazy moment to get your first victory in the UFC.
Yeah, it's something that, you know,
You
you
dream
can't
of.
ever, you got to think about that. That's something you'll never have your first UFC win again. And that's the biggest win in the organization. So, I mean, it's just, for you, it's crazy.
What got you into MMA in the first time?
It was kind of a combination of a lot of things happened all at once, like within a month of each other.
Okay.
My uncle used to be a professional kickboxer and boxer, and I kind of started training with him just to hit pads and just kind of see if I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Then my neighbor, he was across the street and he had people doing strength conditioning. He's like, "Hey man, you trying to be a fighter?" I'm like, "Hey, I'll try it out. I'll see what I can do," and ended up really loving doing strength conditioning with them. And then a couple years prior, a buddy of mine, we got in a fist fight at a school one time, and ended up fighting, and somehow we didn't talk to each other for a couple years, and we ended up meeting at a gym, and he started doing kickboxing, and we just kind of started kickboxing together, and like all this happened in like a month of each other. When him and I met back up, and my uncle and I started hitting mitts, and when I met the guys doing strength conditioning, so it all just like happened within a month of each other, and
Landed together.
I kind of started training. It's like it was meant to happen. Went to a gym called Submission Inc. In Kearney, Missouri, and took a fight, lost the first fight, and I'm one of those people, like, I like to come back from losses. I don't like losing, so it just kind of just elevated from there. It was a pretty interesting way to get into MMA.
Did you always have the determination? Because sometimes, as you said, you go in, you have your first fight, and you lost. Some people might be deterred from there, and it seems to be in Glory that there's a lot of guys coming into the UFC. Derek, Kevin, they're in their 30s coming in, and they fought in the region scene like yourself. They've seen all the different looks, they fought different styles. Do you feel that experience is a massive advantage coming in compared to maybe younger fighters getting signed who are 6-0, 7-0, who are coming in their 20s?
Yeah, I think people who are like 6-0, they don't have the experience. They don't have, or even 7-2, like Matt Semelsberger. They don't have the to go through the things we've gone through. We've had the ups and downs. We've had the tough fights. We've had the wars. And yeah, that's hard on our bodies, but like we've had the experience of what it takes to make it, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable, a lot more to get those wins, knowing what we've gone through.
Well, speaking of Matt Semelsberger, you match up on March the 13th. Can you give us a prediction for the fight?
I got a TKO round 2 for myself. Not for him, for me. Yeah, I kind of see this fight playing out similar to the last fight. You know, I think he's going to come out striking. He's kind of a basic striker, the 1, 2, 3 kind of Muay Thai style striker.
It's not really combinations, more 1, 2.
Yeah, for sure. You know, when he's ex-football player, so he's going to be a lot bigger than like Cole Williams was. He'll probably be a lot bigger than I am, which I'm fine with. Obviously, Cole Williams is bigger than I am, and I carried him across the cage a couple of times, so I don't have that advantage. But yeah, I see me kind of putting him against the cage and just grappling him down and kind of grinding him out until I TKO him.
Do you feel that coming in as a shorter fighter that it's easier to shoot for a double leg, that you can come in underneath?
No, I've trained with James Krause with those knees like a motherfucker. So no, it's not an advantage. James Krause is good at timing that stuff, but I think with my athleticism and the way I kind of cover distance really, really well, it's going to be hard for somebody to figure that out in 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Like with Krause, I trained 6 years, so he kind of knows.
He knows every look.
Yeah, he knows what I'm going to do. You can't figure that out in 15 minutes, and it's hard to do.
I got to ask you another question. Where does the nickname the Vanilla Gorilla come from?
Yeah, man. So my last amateur fight, I cut to 155. Terrible cut, by the way. It was not done. I didn't know nutrition. I didn't know how to cut. I didn't know what to do. It was bad. And so after the fight, it was my last amateur fight. After my fight, I blew up to like 198 pounds. Like I was a pretty big guy. I mean, I still had 6-pack abs. Like I just looked fluffy in a sense. But I'm very athletic, very athletic and very strong. And so my coach, Jason High, who's still my coach this day, he's like, "Man, you look like a vanilla gorilla." And everybody in the class starts laughing, and it kind of just stuck from there. And I wasn't really mad about it. Like I had my first pro fight like a month later, and the guy announced my name. And if you can make me laugh in the middle of a fight, then I think it's a good name to have.
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue pretty well as well.
Yeah. Except, you got Chase Sherman as the same nickname, but fuck that guy. I'll fight Chase Sherman for the nickname. I don't care.
You can put that up for the belt.
Yeah.
Well, look, best of luck. Thank you for coming on. Make sure to check out. Is there anyone you want to shout out? Sponsors?
Oh, hell yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. I want to appreciate that. Thanks for giving me the invite. Everybody at GLORY MMA and Fitness, all my training partners, all those guys, Iridium Sports Agency, appreciate them quite a bit. James, Joe Wooster, Jason House, all those guys. Damage Control mouth guards. I got a couple teeth missing, so they're helping me keep my remaining teeth. Lay Right, Pomade, they're doing a great job with keeping my hair looking so fantastic. I got a lot of support system, man. So I'm appreciative and grateful to have this, be able to continue doing the sport.
Well, best of luck March 13th. Make sure to tune in and catch a fight and check out the Vanilla Gorilla on Instagram.
Oh, man. Appreciate you so much. Thanks, bro.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, take it easy.
Thank you.